Alright, what's up everybody? Brian here, and this is my WWE Monday Night Raw review for last night's episode. I'm not going to get into a full review because it was one of the matches was actually pretty long last night as far as time-wise. It was a 7-man gauntlet match. Of course, last night's episode was the go-home show before this Sunday's Raw brand-only event, Elimination Chamber. As I've mentioned, we started off with a 7-man gauntlet involving the 7 individuals that will be participating in this Sunday's 7-man Elimination Chamber match for an opportunity to challenge for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania, currently held by Brock Lesnar. It was Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Finn Balor, Elias, Miz, and Braun Strowman competing in last night's gauntlet match. This matchup, if you did not see it, I would recommend checking it out however you can, and because it was absolutely amazing. Incredible effort by all 7 guys, especially Seth Rollins. Rollins and Reigns started it off, and Rollins eliminated Reigns after a long, hard-fought battle. Then he would go on to eliminate John Cena in another hard-fought battle before being eliminated by Elias, who was then eliminated by Finn Balor, who was then eliminated by Miz, who was then eliminated by Braun Strowman in that gauntlet match. But Rollins was in that match for... This is how long the match was. He was in there for over an hour, just facing Roman Reigns and John Cena, and then fighting Elias. And the matchup was over an hour long. It was half of the show, if not almost 2 hours of the show, was that gauntlet match. But Rollins being eliminated by Elias, and then Finn Balor, like I said, eliminated Elias, then Miz eliminated Balor, and Strowman won the whole thing by beating Miz. Obviously building momentum going into Sunday's Chamber match, where a specific set of rules for this one, since there's going to be 7 men in the Chamber Sunday, they're going to start with 3 guys in the ring. We know Miz will be one of those 3 guys, and Elias will be entering the Chamber last. So that is a huge advantage for Elias and a huge disadvantage for Miz entering first. So, and what kind of shape are these guys going to be in after last night's hard-fought battle? So, but moving on, we had an in-ring segment with Asuka. She talked about her match coming up Sunday with Nia Jax, where if Nia Jax wins, not only does she end Asuka's undefeated streak, but she also gets added to the women's title match at WrestleMania, making it a triple threat match. Now, and then Nia Jax would wind up leaving Asuka laying with 3 leg drops, sending a message to Asuka as far as Sunday goes. My only concern with this one, with this situation, is we still don't know which championship Asuka's going to go for. We know that back at the Royal Rumble, we know that Shinsuke Nakamura, who won the Men's Royal Rumble, he chose to face WWE Champion, whoever that may be, at WrestleMania. And I'll get into that whole situation and that whole thing with as far as SmackDown's next pay-per-view is concerned, and how the WWE Championship will be affected on that when I do my predictions for that one. But as far as the women's title situation, Asuka still has not made up her mind as to whether or not she's going to challenge for the Raw Women's title, which is currently held by Alexa Bliss, who has her hands full this Sunday at Elimination Chamber in the first ever women's Raw Women's Title Elimination Chamber match, as well as the SmackDown Women's Title, which is currently held by Charlotte Flair. So whoever Asuka picks, whatever championship Asuka picks for to challenge for at WrestleMania, if Nia Jax beats her on Sunday, then regardless of that, whichever title she challenges for, it's going to be a triple threat match. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that one. They announced on last night's Raw that Double J, Jeff Jarrett, is going to be the latest inductee into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. We saw Titus Worldwide, Titus O'Neil, and Apollo. Quick news bit on that one. Because of the school shooting that happened in Parkland, Florida, WWE has decided that Apollo Crews has his name shortened to just Apollo, and that is because WWE does not want anything being associated with the gunman whose last name was Crews. So I think that's a great decision by WWE to not associate anything with any kind of school violence or school shootings or any kind of violence for that matter. So Titus Worldwide, they defeated the Bar last night on Raw. We found out that Matt Hardy is going to take on Bray Wyatt at Elimination Chamber. We already know that Ronda Rousey will be at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. I believe it's going to be in Las Vegas to sign her Monday Night Raw contract. So apparently Monday Night Raw is going to get Ronda Rousey. And obviously it's either going to start at Elimination Chamber or maybe the next night on Raw. The whole build-up for apparently Ronda Rousey is supposed to be in some kind of tag match at WrestleMania to take on Stephanie and Triple H. So I could see that starting as far as the build-up happening Sunday at Elimination Chamber or maybe at the Raw after, the night after. So. And then we had the main event, which was a 6-woman tag involving the 6 women involved in the Women's Elimination Chamber match coming up Sunday for the Raw Women's title. It was Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Mickie James taking on Absolution's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, as well as the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. Mickie, Sasha, and Bayley picked up the win in this one. Throughout the match, however, Alexa did not want to face Mickie after helping her the last couple of weeks. Anytime Mickie was in the ring, she did not want to be in the match, in the ring with her. Like I said, Bayley, Mickie, and Sasha picked up the win in this one. After the match, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, they would go after Sasha, Bayley, and then they would try to go after Alexa, but Mickie made the save, and basically Alexa and Mickie left. I believe it was either Mandy or Sonya they left laying with a DDT. So obviously Alexa has found some sort of ally going into Sunday's Elimination Chamber match. We know Bayley and Sasha are friends. We know Mandy and Sonya are in Absolution and they're friends. So Alexa's going to need somebody to watch her back in that chamber match, and she obviously has found someone in Mickie James. So, but it is every woman for herself come Sunday, so we could see friends fighting against each other. I mean, it could come down to Sonya and Mandy. It could come down to Sasha and Bayley. It could come down to Mickie and Alexa. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But that was pretty much it for Raw last night, everybody. That's pretty much it. I mean, I thought, as I mentioned, I thought that the gauntlet match was freaking amazing. If you did not see it, I would recommend checking it out. It was freaking awesome, in my opinion. I don't know about everybody else. Great effort by everybody in that match, especially Seth Rollins, who went an hour or over an hour in that matchup just fighting Cena and Reigns. And then, and then he would go on to face Elias next as the next opponent. And but it was pretty much, that whole entire match was awesome to see. So that would be the one match that I would recommend checking out coming out of last night's Raw. So that would be the only match, like I said, that would be the only match I would recommend checking out. But my overall thoughts on Raw, I thought it was pretty good. That gauntlet match, I did not think that was going to last over an hour or over most of the show. I thought it was pretty good. A lot of build-up going into the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event come Sunday. So if you guys watched last night's Raw, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my Monday Night Raw review for what happened on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.